Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be talking about VCT America Stage 1 Week 3 results, and nothing has really surprised me, maybe other than maybe one or two teams will say. But let's now have a look now first of all at next week's scheduled matches, so Week 4. So first will be Team Liquid versus Team Heretics, then followed up by Team Vitality versus Gentlemates. Then next will be Fnatic versus Food Esports, followed that by BBL versus Na'Vi. Then on the last day will be Vitality versus Giant X and Carmine Core versus Koi. So let's now talk about Week 3. And first off with Fnatic beating down Gentlemates. I also apologize if you can't actually see the other basically the comp, but from basically from forward end, so I do apologize for that. But it was a 2-0 victory for Fnatic against Gentlemates. 13-6 on Breeze, 13-4 on Lotus. Was anyone really expecting Gentlemates to win this? I'm sorry, but Gentlemates, like I said before, many times, they are the Paper X of EU, just slightly worse, well, not slightly, much worse than Paper X in my opinion. But I mean, they try new things. I mean, they love the Phoenix mainly because of the tank. They love the Yoru, which should be fair, both teams use Yoru and Breeze, so not really surprised there. But I don't know what else to say other than I'm not surprised whatsoever. Fnatic, they look really good here. They look like they're polished over their mistakes from what they were from what there was last week, and I mean week 1 as well. They have definitely polished up some mistakes, which is a great sign, so really happy about that. So Fnatic, are they now looking good? Are they now back? Possibly, maybe, but to be fair, Fnatic did you know, go up against some pretty mid-level, below average teams. So obviously the main challenge I'm gonna focus on is against Foot, considering that Foot is a very good team and definitely are in contention as well, making it to Master Shanghai as well. Now moving over now to Na'Vi, as they also beat out Carmine Core. I guess there's a bit of redemption here for Na'Vi, as even though yes, it didn't lose to Carmine Core, but Fnatic did, but Na'Vi, at least, they will try and get some revenge on Carmine Core, considering that it maybe should have been Na'Vi who actually made it to Masters Madrid. But it was a 2-1 victory for Na'Vi, 37 on Bayern with the Carmine Core, then 37 on Sunset, and 36 on Split for Na'Vi. I don't know what the hell is happening to Carmine Core now. I mean, I guess they have kind of they were on a very hot, you know, in a very hot start, and then they kind of just simmered down. They're kind of where I expected them to be, in A tier in my opinion. So Fnatic and Na'Vi, they're S tier. Carmine Core in my opinion are definitely A tier. So they have simmered down a bit, they have calmed it down a bit, unlike in kickoff where they just blitz past everyone. So I mean, because I don't really remember what's from the patches of you know how it was beforehand, but something might have some patch definitely would have screwed Carmine Core up. I mean I generally don't know, but Na'Vi, they look back. They look so back right now. Really happy about Na'Vi. And now we're gonna actually have the actual Fnatic versus Na'Vi match that we kind of were all I don't know, we kind of all sold about. I mean, it should have been possibly Na'Vi and Fnatic, but Carmine Core and Team Heretics, they just had a phenomenal game, a phenomenal kickoff. So could maybe we see Na'Vi versus Fnatic in the playoffs? Hopefully. But I'm excited. I'm really happy to see where Na'Vi is, because this is reminding me a lot of FPX 2022 Copenhagen. So that is a great sign there for Na'Vi. Now, is this where I get a bit angry at Team Heretics? Slightly. So it was a 2-0 victory for BBO Esports against Team Heretics. 13-7 on Split, 13-10 on Sunset. Kishner X had a phenomenal game, so shout out to Kishner X, but I mainly want to talk about Team Heretics. It was announced, I think, before this game, or maybe before this week, that Root will be coming in. So Root, I'm pretty sure, finally got a visa, so he's now flying from Turkey now to Germany over in Berlin. But the thing I'm a bit more disappointed about is that Panitek, he's not staying, he's leaving. So this was basically his final match, which I'm disappointed about, because I really hope that Panitek at least finds a team, because Yeah, he didn't really play well, but he was a very important asset to this Team Heretics team from their run in Masters Madrid. Like, seriously, he was incredibly impactful. I mean, he made amazing plays in kickoff especially, so I'm just praying that there is a team out there who can sign Patek. I mean, one team I could definitely think of, is Koi. I mean, Koi, they are the worst team in EU, so they definitely need some new talent. Could maybe look at maybe Giant X, maybe definitely not Vitality or even Carmine Core. Possibly, I think maybe Liquid, because they've been struggling a bit. They've been like up and down most of the time, so maybe Liquid. But I think if I had to say, there are definitely two teams which are certain that he could maybe land on, which are Koi and Giant X, which obviously I'll get into him soon. But I hope Patek at least finds a home soon, because he absolutely deserves to be in Tier 1. As with BBL, they were amazing. They were phenomenal. So yeah, I mean, at least there's one Turkish team that won. Unlike the other one, Foot Esports, losing against Team Vitality, 2-1 victory for Vitality. 13-7 on Ascent for Foot, 39 on both Icebox and Sunset for Vitality. It is also worth mentioning, as you cannot see on the screen, but Foot did use Deadlock. It did not go well. Mr. Farland was on Deadlock, and it was actually alright, actually. Like, it was better than most games on Deadlock. Like, obviously, the team that I kind of compare them to is NiP, considering that NiP used Deadlock a lot during China Ascension. But because this is on Sunset, which I've been seeing a lot of Deadlock on Sunset, which is quite strange to me, but G is pretty viable on Sunset. I mean, the wall definitely helps, the barrier mesh. I mean, the GravNet is really good. I'm just not really too sure about the sensor though. The sensor, you can easily just walk past it and you just won't get spotted or anything. The ult is kind of like a scare tactic. I kind of see it as like Razor's ult, where it just creates so much space for your team. So I mean, I'd be interested to see what else they use Deadlock for. But I mean, there was a decent showing there from Foot, but for Vitality, Trex and Safe, both of them were amazing. They were definitely the best players, I'll be honest, on that team. So really happy about Team Vitality, because they have struggled a bit. I mean, they won against Team Heretics in week 2. They kind of struggled in week 1, but that was obviously against Na'Vi. The main challenge is going to be week 4, where they're going to be playing 2 days. Well, I should say 2 matches in 2 days. So that's going to be the real challenge. Next up now, it is Team Liquid winning against Giant X, a 2-1 victory for Liquid. 16-14 on Lotus for Giant X. Then 13-7 on Icebox, 13-11 on Ascent for Team Liquid. Now, Team Liquid are just a weird-ass team, which are incredibly inconsistent. Like, they will, like, do amazingly one week, and then they will just flop the next week. This one, I will put it in, like, in between, but maybe slightly more to the flop. Because, I mean, to be fair, they lost against Na'Vi, which I'm not surprised about. They won against Koi in week 1, but then they lost against Foot, who I thought were definitely, like, the 2nd or 3rd best team in EMEA. Here, Giant X are, like, a 10th place, 9th place team max. And somehow this was very competitive. I mean, for Lotus, 16-14 is crazy, considering, you know, the talent that Team Liquid has. Enzo, Mystic, Kaiko, Nats, Yumpy, the coach as well of Emil. I generally thought this Team Liquid team was going to just roll and stomp Giant X. To be fair, Giant X does also have some great players. I guess I molded a bit more on their Ascent comp, with only having Yoru as the only duelist player. I was lead by Kaiko. And like another weird one as well, like Viper, not really too sure. I mean, double controller there as well for Team Liquid. Giant X, I'm a standard Ascent comp. Chamber's well being used by Giant X, which is great to see. I'm pretty sure that was by Purple, I believe. So shout out as well to Purple. But I'm just getting slightly worried about this Team Liquid team. Like, seriously, like, they could be really good one week and then just flop the next week. And considering that Giant X made this competitive, really shows that they have kind of fallen off from grace. But I hope they at least do well against Team Heretics, who will have Woot in the first time in the lineup. So that'll be pretty interesting to say the least. And then finally, to round off this week, it was Fnatic beating out Koi. A 2-0 victory for Fnatic against Koi. 13-11 on Bind, 34 on Icebox. Now, this match was kind of in controversy because there was a tech pause in Bind, because apparently people were saying that I think in round 4, I believe, they did like some like dizzy flash which opened up the teleport door and killed Boaster in it. Do I think it's an exploit? I don't know, to be honest, but apparently the possible reason of them having that tech pause was because of that possible exploit. So if that was the case, which I'm pretty sure was the case because they took out one of Koi's basically timeouts. So that's it. I mean, it turned detrimental for them because I mean they were 9-3. I think they were what, like 11-3 on Bind. Where have I seen that before? No, on Bind, but on Icebox in a certain Loud team and Locked In. So I don't know why this 3-11 curse is now here for, especially like for Fnatic, but it's been a thing. No idea why. Bosa, he was really good in this game in my opinion. Alpha had some decent moments. Lately there's been different. There have been like conversations about like Alpha should be on the duelist and Durka should go to Initiator or Sentinel. He has. I do remember Durka he did play Initiator. I think on Sova 2021, I believe. It was kind of cursed. But Koi, I don't know what else to say about this team. They didn't run a single duelist on Icebox. I don't know what else to say about this team other than I'm just slightly losing it, and this is now the Carmine Call of 2024 now, so I'm getting a bit worried for Koi right now. But either way, let's now have a look now at the standings. So Group Alpha will first start with Fnatic is now in the league with a 3-1 record, along with BBL and Team Vitality both in with a 2-1 record. Then Carmichael and Team Liquid both in with a 2-2 record. Group Omega, Na'Vi still has not lost a single match. That's actually very impressive there. Foot Esports is now down to second place with a 2-1 record. Team Heretics and Gentlemates both in with a 1-2 record. Giant X and Koi both in have a 0-3 record. And what does that look like now for the standings? Well, Carmichael is still in the lead, only though by 2 points over Fnatic and Na'Vi. BBL, Foot, Team Liquid, and Vitality, all of them have 2 points, while Gentlemates and Team Heretics have 1 point each, and Giant X and Koi, both of them have 0 points. I don't know for both Spanish orgs. So now, good night, guys. To like, comment, and subscribe. It will really help, especially on this channel. Look out as well for a video pretty sure sometime today. I'm possibly going to be doing some Pacific VOD reviews, so that'll be pretty fun to do. So that's really about it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you guys next time in the next one. Goodbye.